It's a dreary day here in New York City, so get cozy and help me build my closet with If Only bags. So there's a challenge in the YouTube luxury content space called the One and Done Challenge, where you're supposed to pick one bag from your closet from each major fashion house and amongst all of your whole collection, and then you kind of have to part ways with your other bags. It's not for real. It's only like, what would I do if only, if you were only supposed to pick one bag from each challenge, hence the one and done bag rule. As a new YouTube content creator and also being new to this whole luxury space, I just simply haven't had the time to amass such a huge bag collection. And even though I'm an introvert, I still wanted to participate in this challenge because I get really bad FOMO. I want to participate in things even though I don't really like having that social interaction. So here we are. I thought of the If Only bag from one of my other videos, thinking like, oh, I would only buy that bag if only, dot, dot, dot. And that's essentially what the If Only bag is. An If Only bag is, I would buy that bag if only dot, dot, dot. And you can fill in the blank with whatever you want. So I would buy that bag if only I had the budget. I would buy that bag if only there wasn't such a limited supply. I would buy that bag if only there was a boutique near me, etc., etc. My only restriction to the if only bag rule is that I am not going to pick a bag for investment purposes. So I'm not going to pick like an Hermes Birkin and that Himalayan nautical crocodile alligator leather simply so that I could, sell it to a consignment store for $150,000, pocket that money and spend it on other bags. No. For me, the If Only bag is a bag that I would buy kind of realistically with the purpose of using it. Whether that's using it, having it yourself, using it day to day, or having it for special occasions, the bag is meant to be used and not just sold off for profit. So that is my only restriction. I have 12 bags and a couple of honorable mentions. So I'm going to start with the one that I want the least to the one that I want the most. And I think you want to stick around because no one will ever guess the number one spot. I think by starting this new thing of let's build our dream closets together with If Only bags allows everyone else to be able to participate. Sure, it's nice to see all these people be able to pick one bag from their 120 bag collection from each brand. And it's that aspirational part of it, but I kind of want to play too. So I hope this inspires you and you get to play along and you can tell me what bags are in your If Only bag collection also. Coming in all the way at the lowest spot, number 12, is Chanel. It's no surprise to a lot of people, Chanel just isn't my vibe. Quick and dirty, my If Only bag from Chanel would be the Chanel 22. I think the classic flap from Chanel is a little too bulky and a little too fancy for my taste. I know some people just wear it with jeans and a shirt and go grocery shopping with it. For me, I can't really see myself wearing that, the Chanel 22. However, I like that tote aspect of it, and I like the caviar is that smooth lambskin, I believe, leather. I know some people call it a trash bag, but it's a pretty luxurious trash bag, and I would definitely use that on a day-to-day running errands, groceries, and all that stuff basis. So, next. Next up at number 11 is YSL Yves Saint Laurent is the Le Anne Marie bag. With a hinged kiss lock closure that harkens to vintage bags from years ago, its sleek clutch look is made even more useful with the addition of a shoulder strap. I'm not really sure what the material is on here. I don't know if it's leather. It kind of looks like patent leather perhaps, or maybe it's like nylon or something else because it's so shiny. I saw this bag come out last year and I was like, wow, that is a stunning bag, and that would probably be the only one in my from YSL that I would buy. It's giving business, it's giving chic, it's giving classic, it's giving sophisticated New Yorker, running between meetings, being a boss, but even though it's this patented sheen, it looks sharp and crisp. The shoulder strap gives it a little bit of more casual look, so it adds a boss vibe to your outfit, but it also wouldn't look out of place if I like brought it grocery shopping. I don't know why grocery shopping is my only version of like casual wear, but that's the only thing that sticks to mind. I saw this come up in the YSL pages last year, but I think it's since been discontinued. I don't know if it just didn't become popular. I'm guessing probably not because I haven't seen it around either. But I definitely love it. And that's why I couldn't find it on their website. I had to go through like a secondhand reseller. At number 10, we're in our top 10, and I think this might be a bit of a surprise, but it is Hermes. I've said this each and every video where I have to talk about Hermes and some sort of wish list, but I desperately want the Picotin, and I believe probably 22 or 26 in some sort of blue. Either this blue orage one or blue sapphire with palladium hardware. I would preferably want it in Togo or Clemence because I love the grained leather and I love seeing the veining on leather pieces. I think it makes it look more classic and more used. It's an easy grab and go bag that I think can elevate my otherwise plain neutral based outfits, but without overpowering it. I like the simplicity of it, but I also love the leather of Hermes and also the colors that they have. At number 9 is Bottega Veneta, coming in with the Intrecciato backpack. Every other bag I have is either crossbody or top handle, so I thought my if only bag would need to actually be an everyday bag, a commuting in the city, traveling across the country, or even just a gym bag. This backpack fits that and is the only backpack on this list. This backpack features Bottega Veneta's classic Intrecciato weaving pattern and impeccable design. It's chic but casual, luxe but also everyday. It's just simply gorgeous. I could see myself wearing this on the subway without anyone batting an eye. Some of its features, it's Intrecciato calfskin leather, 2 silver buckles, 1 large interior compartment, a slip pocket, and a zip pocket on the inside. And it also has a strap in the back, which I love, so you can holster it to your luggage, which makes this also the perfect travel bag companion. At number 8 is the House of Fendi. Now this is more of a personal, sentimental, if only bag choice, and no one would ever probably guess this. It is the Montresor Fendi by Fragment by Pokemon. They released this, I believe, last year because it was the lunar year of the dragon. So they collaborated with Fragment and Pokemon and designed this. They had a few of these collections in their lines that had the original dragon Pokemon. I know, but please, I can't get rid of the nerdy, geeky little kid that would go home and play Pokemon Blue, or actually no, I had Pokemon Red, Charizard all the way. Dragonite was my favorite Pokemon, so I knew I needed to have something from this. This bag would be an if only this was still in production, or if only this was readily available type of bag. Dragonite was my favorite Pokemon. Dragonite was the original dragon Pokemon. The whole line was a little strange, starting from like Dratini to Dragonair to Dragonite. Every single time I would wear this bag, I would have such a huge just smile on my face remembering that time. Even right now, I have such a huge smile on my face because just remembering that childhood is just like, and that's priceless. At number 7 is a fashion house that I don't really talk about that often, which is a little strange coming from New York because I'm based in New York City. And it is also based in New York City, and that is the Row. The Row is a luxury fashion house based in New York City that embodies that style of quiet luxury and minimalism. And it should come as no surprise that my if only bag from the Row is the Margot bag. All of the bags from my list serve a function, and the Row Margot's function would be like a weekender bag. With barely any logos except the small imprint on the side panels, this bag embodies the old money vibe. I can just picture myself throwing in, chunky oversized sweaters, cute nautical looks on our 2 or twice a year road trip to P-Town. At number 6 is Dior. I was a huge Sex and the City fan back in college, and I'm even starting to rewatch it now. I always seem to remember every single episode, Carrie, the main character and the most fabulous person in the world, and a true gay icon also, would carry basically a different saddle bag every single day from Dior. And I was like, girl, how are you affording this? She's buying Manolo Blahniks, Louboutin shoes. She's got a different either Fendi or Christian Dior bag every single episode. Like, whatever. That's all, TV, HBO, fantasy world. And because of all of that imprinting, I wanted the saddlebag that had the New York one, the New York special edition one that has like the newspaper design on the exterior with that said like New York City across it. But then I saw this bag and it was like love at first sight. This is the saddle tote bag. I mean, just look at the leather. It's immaculate, don't you think so? I love the buckle hardware that calls back to the whole saddle and equestrian theme, similar to the saddlebag. I love that it's a new take on a classic tote with what looks like really exquisite material. It's an easy day-to-day, run your errands around the city type of bag, and I'm here for it. At number 5 is... I'm glad that it made my top 5. It's a little sad that it didn't make my top 3, but it is from Loewe. And this one, I can actually participate in the one and done challenge because I already have it. It's my puzzle bag. I just did a one-year review on this, so I'll make sure to link that. I never know which side this is, up somewhere here. But this bag has been a saving grace for me, and it's my first bag from the whole luxury world. So glad that it is because it has everything that I want. It is exquisite craftsmanship, amazing quality. It packs a whole bunch. It's light. There's nothing else I can say. Oh, and there's my cute little self over there hanging on. Quick and done. I didn't even introduce this bag. The Loewe puzzle bag in medium. This is in tan color with palladium hardware. You see there. At number 4, this is 2 twos. Number 4 is from Ferragamo. The bag that started this whole obsession and this whole journey for me, the hug bag. Maximilian Davis, the creative director at Ferragamo, in the fall and winter 2023 show, launched this bag. I just love the whole meaning behind it also, and this is coming from their website. Designed to evoke the warmth and beauty of a loving gesture, the hug bag is a symbol of an eternal bond. Through the phenomenon of pareidolia, we explore the world in search of hidden hugs and unexpected objects. The hug thus becomes more than just a simple gesture, it becomes a lens through which to see the world around us. Everywhere we look, we see a hug, towards others and towards ourselves. Every object, every scene transforms into a visual hymn to love and connection, revealing how in the end, everything around us celebrates affection, union, and the importance of taking care of oneself. And I just love that whole meaning behind it. I think this is probably one of the few bags that are on my list that actually have that amount of thought into the creation and into how it expresses itself. And it's also cute. At the end of the day, it's just so adorable. So I saw this bag a year and a half ago. I guess that would be 2023 come out. And I said, I have to have that bag. And then I read into what it meant and I fell in love with it more. I had the chance of buying this when I was in Milan, but then I opted to go somewhere else, and I don't regret buying my Bottega Veneta bag from Milan, but I do regret not buying the hug bag as well, or first. But so that is my number 4. Whew, okay, we are in our top 3. Number 3 is Celine. From the brand of Celine, I picked my if only bag as the Celine 16. named for Celine's Paris atelier at 16 Rue Vivian. I personally love the design. I love the curves of it. I love that it's so bright and shiny and it's very not flat, but um, it's very simple and clean. I guess that's what I'm trying to get. It's the clean look to it. There's no heavy logos. It's just great craftsmanship and a beautiful design. My issue with the Celine 16 is that it looks beautiful. That whole clean facade looks beautiful because it's in this satinated calfskin leather, I believe. But that comes with its own flaws, and one of them is that it is very, very fragile and sensitive and prone to scratches. When I was in Paris, I saw a bunch of these on the floor, and there were scratches all over the place. This type of bag, the reason why I love this bag is because of that clean face look, not because of the scratches. I don't think this is the type of bag that would look great with scratches and wear and tear as other bags probably do. Now, my way around that and why it's number three on this list is because they have this in exotic materials. This is the first exotic material, and I think probably the only exotic material on this list. And I don't know how a lot of people feel about this, but I don't have any exotic materials, mostly because of financial restrictions. But again, this is an if only bag, right? So if only I had the budget for this and if only it was readily available, I would buy this in this beautiful lizard material. I mean, look at this. I think the scales with the lizard would prevent a lot of the scratching to see on the facade of it, so it would still maintain that clean, crisp look, but a little more elevated. And so I would love for this to be my first exotic. Unlikely to happen, but again, this is my dream closet. So at number two is Louis Vuitton. Let's just say what it is. It's the side trunk. I already know that I love the whole structure of this kind of like rectangular box shape. So the side trunk for me still is basically that. It's on my list. I love the shape of it. It looks like it packs a punch. I've seen a lot of people unbox it already and do review videos of what fits inside, and it does fit a lot. It's casual enough because it's slouchy, but it's also, it looks like a trunk with the metal frames on the corners and the structure. It could be something for a more fine dining or like a wedding, or because of the slouchiness, it could just be like an everyday bag or just, going for a lunch with a friend type of bag. I also love that it harkens back to Louis Vuitton's history as a trunk maker. Of course, I don't like the rigidness of the petite malle, which is, I guess, the trunk version of a handbag. So this is kind of the happy medium between the two. Before we get to my number one spot, I do want to talk about some honorable mentions. And the first one is from the House of Delvaux. The oldest luxury bag company in the world is Delvaux. And so I thought I would be a little remiss not to mention them here. Their most famous bag is the Tempête bag, which I guess what a lot of people compare to Hermes's Birkin bag, but I chose to pick the Le Heureux bag. For me, this bag is the perfect bag for summer. The perforations make it look a little lighter and not so heavy looking, even though it is full leather. And it's nice, light, airy, and just exactly what I need for the beach. The second honorable mention is Joseph Duclos. Duclos. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Joseph Duclos. Someone correct me down below. This bag is more of an if you know, you know type of bag, and it's definitely, I feel, from seeing all the bags, more of an old money type of vibe. But the work on this bag, the Diana L20, I'm just going to go out and say this, the Diana L20 is such a magnificent and just stunning bag from everything. They've thought of everything from the leather, from the structure, from the metalwork that's on it. Stunning. The Diana bag is named after the hunting goddess Diana. Its sleek design and curvy structure. And, now that I look at it more in depth, it definitely has a similar look to the Celine 16, right? with like the curviness of it. Anyways, along with metallic structure shaped like an arrow tip, really harkens to the thrill of the hunt and celebrates and empowers femininity. Aside from all of that inspiration from the bag, it's just visually stunning. It top handles, its shoulders, it can be cross-bodied, and I think my favorite detail of this line is the hidden underbelly metal frame with Joseph Duclos etched so beautifully and elegantly. It's a stunning pop of extra luxury to an already luxurious bag. I don't know anyone with a Joseph Duclos bag. I've never seen one actually in person outside of a store. I've never seen anyone unbox it, but from what I've read from reviews or just on forums, Joseph Duclos' craftsmanship and quality is just sublime and top tier. So this is why it's under the honorable mentions, because I feel like it would be a little disrespectful not to mention this company or this bag. At number 1, we are finally here. Stretch out to the left, to the right, roll your head back, and snap. Anyway, that was a bit dramatic, but hey, what are we doing here if not for some drama? Anyone know what the top brand is? Any guesses? Okay, let's say this. The brand is Prada. Let me know down below what you think my dream number 1, if only bag, that the first bag that I would put in my dream closet if it was available. Down below, down below. It is the Prada Spazzolato. Anyone know what that is? I'll put a picture here. You don't know it by name probably, but if I tell you that it was the opening scene of Miranda Priestley in Devil Wears Prada, would you remember the bag now? The great and powerful Miranda carries this piece of art gracefully and powerfully as she struts in her opening scene to her office building. Finding this bag has definitely been a hunt in the wild forest of fashion. It comes in both black and white, but in order to stay true to the devil herself, I have to go with the white one. This isn't a practical bag by any means, since the kiss lock opening doesn't really provide much room to maneuver in and store things in. I think it's pretty skinny. If I had this bag, it would definitely be stored in some vacuum sealed glass containment something structure similar to like the most high-end paintings in the world, and its only function would be to be admired daily. This definitely wouldn't be a bag that I would use on a day-to-day basis. I don't think even in any special occasions outside of like a display, that would be its only function. Now it does not break my if only rule, because it is not an investment piece, it is an art piece and it brings me joy, and so it still counts. Did anyone get it? Did anyone actually guess that correctly? Because honestly, I didn't even know that that was the bag I wanted until that movie was like on a rerun on one of the shows in the background or something, and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot about that bag. And then here it is, claiming the #1 spot in my dream bag closet filled with if only bags. So that is it. That is it. We are done. My closet looks beautiful. Thanks for watching, and let's get this if only bag dream closet going. What is your if only bag, or if only bags? What is your dream closet? What does that look like? And no one wants to have any sort of FOMO, so play along and let me know down below what's on yours. And as always, safe travels. Thanks. Bye.